Welcome to Sci-Fi Stories. If you love stories of courage and mystery, make sure to subscribe and join our growing community.
The silence outside Chamber 9 was the loudest sound in the Academy. One by one, the galaxy's brightest minds had entered. One by one, they had come out, diminished. Professor Zallery stood rigid beside the crystalline doors as another student was carried out on a hovering stretcher. The Kithari prodigy who had solved five-dimensional gravity equations before maturity now stared blankly at the ceiling, whispering prime numbers like a prayer. The Cognitive Convergence Trial remains mandatory, Zallery announced to the remaining candidates. Her 6 translucent eyelids blinked in asynchronous patterns. Advancement to Archive Tier Omega requires neural synchronization with the Relic Core. The Relic Core. Ancient. Precursor built. Untouched by time. And apparently incompatible with modern minds. Across the corridor, leaning casually against the wall, stood Noah Reyes. 18. Human. Recently admitted under provisional Earth status. To most of the Academy, he looked unimpressive. 2 arms. 2 legs. No visible cranial enhancements. No biocrystalline latticework. Just a hoodie with Earth stitched on the sleeve. Beside him stood Arya Patel, fellow human candidate, arms folded tight. "You don't have to do this," she murmured. Noah nodded toward the chamber. "They're trying to access Precursor engineering schematics. We need that data. You've seen what it does." He had. A towering Vossian had entered earlier, confident and disciplined. It emerged trembling, its once perfectly ordered thought stream fractured into static. "They said the core just maps your mind," Noah said lightly. Arya gave him a look. "They said it forces your mind to match its architecture." Noah grinned faintly. "Good luck with that." The doors opened. "Candidate Reyes," Professor Zallery called. The chamber within resembled a star captured indoors. At its center floated the Relic Core, a sphere of shifting geometric light. Lines of ancient script rotated across its surface like migrating constellations. Below it sat a single neural interface cradle. Noah dropped into the seat and leaned back. "Let's dance," he muttered. The interface lowered. Contact. There was no pain. Just expansion. The core entered his mind not as a probe, but as a presence. It expected structure, hierarchy, linear progression. Instead, it found a city during a thunderstorm. Memories ran through streets of half-formed ideas. Music echoed beside mathematical proofs. Childhood embarrassment coexisted with astrophysics simulations. Random trivia collided with existential dread. The core attempted classification. Error. It isolated a memory of Noah building a cardboard rocket at age 6. Simultaneously, it encountered tensor calculus. Simultaneously, it detected the taste of mango juice. Simultaneously, it was analyzing a joke he hadn't finished forming yet. The core paused. Human cognition did not cue thoughts. It led them. It did not discard emotional interference. It integrated it. The core adjusted parameters. It tried to enforce sequential processing. Noah's brain responded by making a connection between black hole thermodynamics and a meme template. The core recalibrated. It partitioned thought clusters. Noah cross-linked them. It attempted to isolate trauma markers. Noah transformed one into motivation. It flagged distraction. Noah weaponized distraction into creativity. Outside the chamber, warning lights flickered. Professor Zallery's antennae stiffened. Cognitive turbulence exceeding safe limits, the monitoring AI reported. Inside, Noah felt pressure. Not crushing. Curious. Like something ancient leaning closer. The core pushed deeper. It encountered contradiction tolerance. Humans could hold 2 opposing ideas at once without collapse. Hope and despair. Fear and courage. Love and anger. The core tried to resolve the contradictions. Noah's mind shrugged and kept both. Processing spike detected. The core began absorbing patterns. Human redundancy fascinated it. If one mental pathway destabilized, 3 others compensated. If logic failed, intuition stepped in. If structure broke, imagination rebuilt. The core shifted strategies. Instead of mapping him, it mirrored him. Neural harmonization sequence initiated. Noah felt something extraordinary. The Relic Core was learning. He pictured a spiral staircase made of equations. The core built it. He imagined gravity bending like fabric in wind. The core simulated it instantly. He wondered what would happen if consciousness itself were treated as a quantum variable. The core lit up. Outside, the entire Academy grid surged. Energy readings spiked across the planet. Professor Zalari stepped back. "This is impossible," she whispered. Inside, Noah wasn't overwhelmed. He was exhilarated. The core was no longer interrogating. It was collaborating. For the first time in recorded history, the Precursor artifact was not dominating a mind. It was keeping up with one. Final integration phase, the AI announced shakily. Neural compatibility, expanding. Not measured. Expanding. The chamber doors burst open as light flooded the corridor. Arya shielded her eyes. The glow faded. Noah sat upright in the cradle, grinning like he'd just finished a particularly satisfying puzzle. "How long?" he asked. Professor Zalari stared at the floating core. Its geometric rotations had changed. New patterns woven through ancient script. "You were inside for 3 hours," she said slowly. Previous candidates lasted an average of 14 seconds. The monitoring AI spoke again. Relic Core architecture modified. Adaptive subroutines installed. Human cognitive template integrated into primary processing matrix. Silence. "You rewrote it," Arya breathed. Noah shook his head. It rewrote itself. Professor Zalari approached the core cautiously. "Compatibility rating?" she asked. The AI hesitated. Then, "Limitless." A ripple spread through the Academy network. Restricted archives unlocked. Sealed Precursor databases decrypted. Research barriers that had stood for centuries dissolved in minutes. The Relic Core had not rejected humanity. It had optimized around it. Students gathered outside the chamber. Whispers surged. The species considered too chaotic, too emotional, too undisciplined. Had done what 50 cycles of disciplined brilliance could not. Noah stepped down from the cradle. "So," he said, rubbing the back of his neck, "what was Tier Omega about again?" Professor Zalari's voice carried something new. Respect. "The Precursor civilization vanished attempting to harmonize organic and synthetic cognition," she said quietly. "You accomplished preliminary synchronization in a single session." Noah exchanged a glance with Arya. "Guess we think messy," he said. Zalari's eyes focused sharply. "No. You think multidimensionally." Later, as the Academy buzzed with recalibration efforts, Arya nudged him. "What did it feel like?" Noah looked back toward Chamber 9. "Like the universe finally stopped asking us to be less." Above them, the Relic Core rotated with new rhythm. Ancient and human. Structured and chaotic. Balanced. Across the galaxy, news spread. The species once dismissed as primitive had done something unprecedented. They had not broken the Precursor machine. They had taught it how to imagine. And in laboratories across known space, researchers began asking a dangerous question. If this is how humans think at 18, what happens when they mature?